I was not ready. They could be going, I'll join them later. And on the way to the dining area, they saw 2 cars parked outside the hotel, and they were full. And my husband was a bit concerned. Who are these people? Who are these people? Because they were really looking at them. Then 2 of them came out of the car. They came towards them. They greeted them. And they told my husband, would like to have a word with you. So my husband said, and I'm who? Aren't you David Ndii? He said, yes, I am. Yes, would like to have a word with you. So they got into the reception. And at that time, when my daughter saw that, let me track back a bit. When they walked towards the reception, the other gentlemen came out of the cars. So there were 7 in total. When my daughter saw that, she panicked and she ran back to the room. She came and told me, Mom, the police are here, because 2 of them had guns. The police are here and they're taking Dad away. So I quickly got my phone and I ran to the reception area. And my husband, because he didn't have a phone, he asked me, can I use your phone? I need to make a few calls. Then I asked him, what's happening? Then one gentleman who was head of the team, even tried to push me away. And I said, no, I'm his wife. So I need to know what is happening. So they sat down and they allowed him to make a few calls. So one gentleman sat on one side, There was a table in front. So I came and sat on top of that table. And I said, he's my husband, to have a right to talk to him and to know exactly what is happening. So he was trying to make a few calls and they were telling him, let's go. They were not really allowing him to make the calls. So I started talking to them and I told them, you're 7 men, 2 of you have guns. I'm a woman. Surely, what can I do to 7 men and 2 of you have guns? Can you let him, in the process, he was also trying to make a few calls. So I kind of got a little bit of time for him. Then after that, the one who was in charge said, now we have to go. So one grabbed him. And as they walked, he was still talking on the phone. He told me a few people to call. So he got into the vehicle and I asked the man who was in charge, I need to know who you are. I need to know who's taking my husband away. So he showed me his work ID and I took his ID number, I took his service number. Then from there, they took him into the car and he told me they're taking him to Diani police station. So within no time, we called a taxi and we followed them. They were in 2 cars. By the time we got a taxi, it was like 10 minutes later. We followed them to the Diani police station. But when we got there, we were actually surprised to know that they hadn't actually gone there. And I think they had no intentions of going there. So that gentleman who told me to go to the police station, he was actually lying to me, like a child. And I'm very concerned about that because we need to be more professional. You don't lie about these things. So when we got to the police station, in fact, they had no idea what was happening. They were called when I was there to be told about what had happened. So they told me to wait for another 20 minutes, after which the head of the police station came out and told me they have to come to the hotel room to do a search. So I asked him, what is he being charged for, 1? And secondly, what are you searching for? Can I see your search warrant? And he told me because he's head of the police station, they don't need a search warrant. Well, I don't know about that because I've always known you need a search warrant. So we went to the room anyway because they already knew where we were staying. They got the hotel manager to open the door, so they searched. They told me to take out the clothes which were in the suitcase. And I said, no, I'm not going to take out the clothes which are in the suitcase. You're the one searching, so you do that. You check the clothes which are in the suitcase. And then they could see, because I had unpacked my suitcase, and it's the one which was on top of the table. I mean, they could see those are ladies' clothes, my underwear's on top. So I said, there's no way I'm going to show you my underwear, 6, 7 men in my room. So if you want to do that, you check. If you're looking for guns or you're looking for whatever you're looking for, you check for yourselves. Then after that, when they looked and they couldn't see anything, the man who looked like the head of the team, he called one man and they went outside. Then they came back and told me, after they had talked a bit, they came back and asked me where are the computers. I said, which computers? Our work, we leave our we came here for a holiday, we came here for a wedding. We left our computers in Nairobi. So there are no computers here, but search. Since you came to search, you can go ahead and search. So it was after that they said we go back to the police station. They did a search warrant, a search certificate. And then I read it. They had to repeat it 3 times because they kept on calling me the suspect, or they would refer to my husband as the suspect. I told them I can't sign something which is calling him a suspect if you're not telling me what he's a suspect of. So they had to really, it's a third one which looked more, more correct. And so I signed it. Then after that, they said they were closing the office. This was now 10:30, 11. They said they were closing the office and I should go to the hotel until further notice. I told them